Okay, cool.
Do I sound okay to you?
Yeah, you.
Okay. Folks, welcome to So Bad It's Good. Last week I had to do this by myself because Rebecca bailed on me. And thank God we have the one and only from the Dumpster Dive podcast, which you better be subscribing to. I don't mean to threaten you, but you better be subscribing on YouTube. You better be rating him 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify because he doesn't do... Guys, we got to give him something in return. And he's one of the best podcasters I know, the one and only Tom Hamlett. Tom, welcome back.
Thank you so much. It does as the episodes go on. I do feel like it's more like you're like this. You must subscribe to the show.
Yeah, take a guy. I'm like forcing you. You better subscribe, or you can't listen to this.
Guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, I am in a closet. I think it's worth. We got to kind of mention it at the top.
Tom is back in the closet, you guys. So we did this to him.
I'm back in. It's only fitting that I'm recording with a straight man, and he's put me in a closet.
I'm the one. I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad boy of podcasting, and I'm making Tom do bad things, as most straight men do, as we see in this episode. Right? What is wrong with us straight men, Tom?
Well, I don't know. I've been clocking it for years. You tell me.
Well, it does become really. It's like we're just idiots. Like, I mean, I love West to death, but Jesse and West and them asking permission to touch Ciara's body, like it does come off really creepy. I mean, I know they don't mean anything by it, but there's like this weird bro code that I'm not necessarily fully understanding.
Well, okay, there's a couple things. One, I think a large issue with straight men is the lack of communication skills. I think that's a struggle in general.
Yeah.
Saying how you feel can sometimes be really hard for straight people. I don't know why, but which we did actually see in this episode, because I do think Jesse struggled at the end talking about how, like, what are your real intentions? It's like so hard for straight guys to just be honest about it. Just say like, I would love to hook up with you. I don't think it's that as scandalous as just like coming across like you're using someone. So, but it's tough to see them really just kind of like. It's like they've made Ciara into this like sex symbol, and she's telling them she doesn't want to be that, and it's really bumming me out.
It does bum me out, and you actually, I mean, I think Ciara hits the nail on the head about like, listen, I've made my expectations of what I want. I want eventually a husband and a family, and I don't want somebody that just wants to experience me. And to hear yourself be talked about in terms of, I'd like to touch her boobs and make out with her, has got to be pretty jarring. And it seems like something that she deals with on a daily basis. And I know people out there are like, oh, boo-hoo, I'd love to be as pretty as Ciara, but it's got to be exhausting at a certain point because they don't seem to want her more than that, including West.
I know. It's a weird conversation for, I think, a lot of different people to have, where it's like feeling bad for a pretty girl for being pretty. I think a lot of people think it's like, oh, life is it'd be so hard, right? But like, no, is so valid. She's like, I feel objectified always. Like, I never feel like people, and I honestly think that's why she always loves to go for like a funny, quirky guy, because she's like, I want to like kind of have good banter. I want to like have wit with a partner, not just them be interested in me because like I'm pretty.
Well, think about like West, though. Like West convinced her to like take him seriously. 2 seasons ago on his first season, they ended up sleeping together, and then he kind of pulled away, which even Dara, who's a new cast member on this show, dated West for 6 months and had a similar experience. And so that's got to push Ciara deeper within herself of like, how is she going to keep trusting people that continually do this? Because West seemed to kind of convince her that he was different, that he did want something more.
No, I know. I don't. It's boys will be boys, I guess, really is the lesson of this. Like, West, we think evolves, and then it seems that he isn't evolved.
Well, but I mean, that's the thing is that, like, I really like West this season. Do we allow West into our hearts and say, you know what? He seems like he's really missing Ciara. He seems like, he can't really tell Jesse, because men are horrible at communication, that he actually is kind of offended that he wants to make out with Ciara. Like, it just seems like this weird game of this weird, horrible, sexist game of telephone happening.
Once again, just say what you mean, Like, be honest. It's just I think it would all of this would have gone better if it was just a little bit more straightforward. And Jesse, he plays a game these girls' faces and then plays a different game when the bros are around. And it's so he did the same thing with Lexi too, you know? It's a common thread with him. Now,
Well, do
do
you think
you
he
think
goes what was that?
I would say, do you think that sometimes he gives to me the type of vibe that he's the type of guy that only gives attention to women that he wants to hook up with. Like, just socially. Like, that
Ye
some women are invisible to him unless it's
Oh,
like
yeah. Like, I mean,
Bone Town.
Bailey and Levi, new cast members, he doesn't seem to pay a lot of attention. Obviously, that's the edit, so I don't know if that's true. But
Mhm.
also, somebody pointed out to me that Jesse seems to go for even though Jesse's a really good-looking dude, good body, obviously one of the best singers we have, but, but
Define "we have." You
no,
mean,
we by the way,
you mean
Tom
in
was
the
saying
Hamptons? You mean
no, no,
you mean
no.
at that home? You mean
Tom's personal music taste. You were saying, don't try to backtrack. You were like, before we start, he's a really amazing performer.
Yeah.
So
We guys, I'm in my parents' home because they're moving out of this house. Down my poster of Jesse Sullivan's music cover off the wall. It's in a box somewhere.
well, I think Jesse, even though he's a good-looking dude, he goes for these not unobtainable, but these girls that are like so stunningly beautiful. And he did that, like you said, with Lexi last season. He's doing that with Ciara. And by the way, I feel like this is just a warm-up because he's gonna do this to Amanda Batula next season.
Oh god. That's gonna be tough to watch.
Dude, that's it. Wait, no. Next season when he's in the pool with Kyle, hey, do you mind if I make out with your ex-wife? Would that be cool? Is that on the
That's
agenda?
oh my gosh. That is I hadn't even thought about that. That's a big bummer, and he is gonna
Yeah.
try it.
Well, yeah, because he seems like that guy that casts a wide net, and so it's like, and then he gets some bites. And did you get the feeling what I got confused about was that if he had asked her on a proper date, what do you think Sierra would have said?
I think she still would have said no, unfortunately, at this point. Well, not unfortunately, I would say fortunately, actually. I do think she would have just said no at this point because she knows he is a fuckboy, certifiably.
Yeah.
I think if he had asked her on a date, maybe his first season or even last season, I think she would have been more susceptible to it. I think this far down the road, though, like they know each other so well. She knows how he operates. I I just feel that she would have said absolutely not.
Yeah. Who knows? Anyways, before we get into the actual episode, anything moving the needle for you in pop culture this week?
Oh my gosh, pop culture this week. The world and just thinking about pop culture. What's moving the needle on pop culture this week?
Try
The
to forget
actor
about the world.
awards. The
Oh yeah,
actor
the actor awards.
awards happen. I'm so happy to see Sinners sweeping so much. I loved that movie so much.
It was amazing.
Um, I love to see Catherine O'Hara win. I know it's a sad win, but also a beautiful way to tip our hats to the queen of comedy. For me, she was like a comedy North Star for me. Like I grew up watching all the Christopher Guest movies on repeat, so
Yeah.
she's someone who means so much to me. Um, what else in the culture?
What are
I
we
don't know.
doing on Dumpster
Oh,
Dive?
wait. The Housewives article that Vulture
Oh,
dropped.
oh yeah, about the how I did an episode about that today of the housewives. Some guy over at Vulture said housewives shouldn't participate in the traders, which to me was like it's obvious rage bait because that's nothing. They're not going to not cast housewives on traders.
Here's the thing is I understand the sentiment when he started writing the article where it's like the general problem is like these fandoms are all clashing, and I think that's the problem with traders in general is that like it's a lot of different fandoms all conjoining to make one really scary mega fandom that like doesn't really know what to do with itself. And
Yeah.
so and the Bravo fandom is frightening for those that have never been a part of it. So I can objectively see that that is a weird thing, but like it's clearly rage bait. Not casting housewives, we would not have had such an iconic second season of the show if Phaedra had not been on.
I mean, Phaedra won me over again just because of that season. I mean, she took it so seriously. She was so delicious in those turret scenes.
Yep.
And that's the magic of that show, that it makes, like, even this season, it made me reevaluate my dislike for Lisa Rinna, where I was like, oh, I think I like Lisa Rinna again.
And then she dropped her book, and now I'm like, I don't like her anymore.
Yeah, and then she called Sutton frumpy and ugly and all of these things, and I'm like, "Damn, Lisa
Uh,
Rinna."
what did Jasmine Crockett say? Blonde built, bad built butch body. They should have said that about Sutton.
Oh my god.
But
Um,
on the podcast, I did just do a deep dive into like you see, I didn't really cover Potomac this season on on the pod just because of programming, but I loved this season so much, and so I did
it
a
was
nice deep dive
great.
on that. And I thought they had a really great set of reunions. To be honest with you, reunions in general have been flopping for me in the modern era, post-COVID era of Housewives. I do think the Potomac reunion really, really delivered on some old school Housewives.
I mean, I just
And
think their repartee is so, like, on point. It's like, you hear the men in Summer House talk with each other, and it's like, "Bro, would you like the pho blah?" And then the Potomac ladies are, like, on top of each other. Each one of those ladies is individually funny, and the way they banter with each other and pop off of each other, I think it's, like, some of the best comedic writing that's a reality show out there.
completely agree. I mean, Tia, I liked Tia a lot this season, but I have to say I really was gagged when she was like, "You were a friend of this season, and you are a friend to no one. You failed at your job. How does that feel, you
And
lousy jazzy?"
And Karen Huger go, you have to shut the fuck up, Wendy. You have to shut the fuck up,
Oh my god.
professor." She's like, I like when your mom told you to shut the fuck up because that's what you got to do." And I was like, whoa, Karen coming out
That
swinging.
was she came in hot I'm like, "You just got out of prison." Like, I would reel it back a little bit. She was on a high horse. I'm like, "Diva, you were in jail." I don't know.
Do you have to ask your parole officer if you can go to a reunion? Like, cause I mean, I know isn't she still have to like check in with like parole after prison? Like, does she have to ask to go film things like this?
I don't know. I mean, do you think Cookie is her parole officer?
Cookie, Cookie's like, yeah, no, you're good. Well, Doctor We I Go podcast. Taraya Faison, she was at the courthouse today, and now
Mhm.
Doctor Wendy and Eddie, they're going to be tried separately. Which now it's like getting real because that reminds me of Teresa Giudice and Joe Giudice when they were charged separately, and that just, I mean, either they're gonna, either I'm like, are they gonna not pin it all, but like, are they gonna argue that it's all Eddie? And then she's going to save herself from I mean, like, I'm just so scared about what's gonna happen in that situation.
I think he's taking the fall for, I would say, the majority of it, and I think there was a come to Jesus with her, and they're like, if y'all both don't wanna go, you need a backup. It's like, it's looking like someone at least one of you will be going. So I really feel like, and I know not some in terms of like the plea deals and everything. I'm just talking off the cuff here, but I do think that it's going to be a he goes. Maybe she gets house arrest or a very short stint, and but
Ugh.
it's
But
really
I will
dark. It really bums me out, to be honest with you.
watching her on the reunion, even though, like, it's just like watching her behavior, you could tell, even though she had a brave face, you could tell she is rattled.
It was very interesting. And she towards the end, she got a little more real about it, but the first two parts, I was kind of jarred at how light as a feather she was. My god.
She's No, it seemed like Giselle was, and then when Ashley was like 6'7", 6'7". Folks, we are here once again to talk about our good friends over at Quince. Do you like this blazer? Quince. So a thoughtfully built wardrobe comes down to pieces that mix well and last. And that is where Quince shines. You got premium fabrics, considered design, and everyday essentials that feel effortless to wear and dependable even as the seasons change. They have everything that lasts. You got lightweight cashmere sweaters. You got short-sleeved Mongolian cashmere polos, linen bottoms and shorts, tees, and 100% Pima cotton and European jersey linen. So these are all versatile pieces that make a wardrobe actually work season to season. And they do that by working directly with top factories that cuts out the middleman. You're not paying for brand markup or fancy retail stores, just quality clothing. The cashmere is 100% Mongolian, the same stuff that luxury brands use. The Pima cotton is long staple, which means it stays soft and doesn't pill. And the European jersey linen is breathable and lightweight. Everything is built to hold up to regular wear and still look good. Their clothing is rated between 4.5 and 5 stars by thousands of people wearing it every day, and they only partner with factories that meet rigorous standards for craftsmanship and ethical production. So, right now, go to quince.com/sobad for free shipping and 365-day returns. That's a full year to build your wardrobe and love it, and I can guarantee you will. And it's now available in Canada, too. So don't keep settling for clothes that don't last. Go to quince.com/sobad for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/sobad. I only have one social security number. I was like, holy shit, you guys are brutal with each other.
Well, Ashley, my God, Ashley's stressing me. Ashley's gonna Ashley. She's gonna have so much to say on, and then she's gonna backtrack when the cameras are down, and then she's gonna pick a new person to align with to make sure that she's always playing the game. And like, I don't know. Do you think that she has more seasons in her, Ashley?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're gonna make a lot of changes to this cast. I
Yeah,
really
probably not.
don't. I mean, and I don't think and by the way, I would even love to see, Angel come back.
I Bravo. When something works, just keep it. Like, if
Yeah.
we had one like, this is the first season with this group that and it worked. So just I would say leave everything the same until there's an obvious, like, problem. Um, so I agree. I would like to see Angel back with what about Karen turning around and trying to talk to Stacy, but not knowing where she was? I did actually. She was like, "Stacy,
Right next to me. Okay, I got it right next.
Stacy."
Yeah, Stacey's right here. See, well, this is where God, I think I might have got this one wrong, but in my mind, when when Monique was reading whatever was bleeped out, I thought Stacey looked guilty as sin, but a lot of people told me that, like, no, she just looked uncomfortable, but, they believed Stacey had nothing to do with whatever that message said, whatever was bleeped out, and I just thought, like, listen, I love Stacey, I don't want her going anywhere, but I still think she has an uncomfortable relationship with the truth, but I could be wrong here. A lot of people are like, "No, I believed her completely."
Well, Monique has since come out and said that the whole thing was made up essentially, and allegedly the person that the recording was a recording of her kid. That was why it was bleeped out. Did you know
Her
that?
son?
Allegedly, it was her son. So Taria, who we were just talking about earlier, go follow We Go podcast. Taria was on Dumpster Dive, and she was at a show the night before training with Ashley, and Ashley said, like, during the talk back, like it's like a Broadway show, and we're doing a talk back with the actors inside the actors studio.
Ashley Darby is
Um,
the new Patty LuPone, you guys.
yeah, she was doing a talk back, and in the talk back, she was saying that it was one of Monique's children that was the voice, the video, and I think the video essentially was like, I had heard of Stacey before, but now she's saying that now Monique's saying that it was all, like, not real. Like, I don't know if Chris maybe, like, asked a kid. I don't know. It's all
Okay,
confusing,
well,
but
this
it
is
didn't end
messy.
up mattering in the end. It just was kind of, like, messy for no reason.
But it just shows, like, that we read into things where I looked at Stacey's behavior, and to me, she looked guilty. She looked uncomfortably
She did.
guilty.
No, I mean, she did, yeah.
And so I was like, am I losing my mind here? And I'm still like that TJ relationship from last season still was never completely cleared up. And listen, I think she's one of the best housewives, but I think there's some weirdness there and the way she handles things. I don't know. So and it seems like the other ladies don't trust her at all. That's the deal. Like when you see Giselle, they're like, come on, Stacey.
They are bummed out that they have to film another season with
and that the audience loves Stacey so much. They've got to be
like,
livid.
what the fuck? I do feel that they felt that way about Karen at some points, though,
Oh,
too,
yeah.
down the like, they've been like, "I can't believe everyone eats this woman's ta like, just believes this shit." And they're all
Okay.
like, "She's lying."
Okay, let's get into Summer House.
Let's do it.
This is episode 5. The episode is entitled Summer Nights, but they spelled nights Knights. Very clever because Carl has a Renaissance fair theme this week, which was truly spectacular. What did you think of Carl's theme party?
On the party and said, "Hey guys, who do you think is the hottest guy at the Renaissance Fair?"
Yeah, I like Carl. There's like one scene where Carl's watching one of the magicians he hired, and he has a turkey leg, and he's like, and the
Mm.
magician does a magic trick, and Carl goes, "No way, no way, oh!" And he has like a big old turkey leg. But by the way, Carl is like living his best life. You're like, I was so happy
He
for him.
is. And now, okay, guys, I have to be I have to be honest before I critique Carl too much. Like, I am a bona fide nerd. Like, I read epic high fantasy books. I play Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I play
No,
RPG video games.
we know, dude. We know.
I'm a freak. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. However, I've never been to a Ren fair. I don't know that that's in the cards for me.
Oh, dude, and I've been to a Ren fair when I grew up
Is
in
it fun?
Kansas. Oh, man, I mean, listen, turkey legs are amazing. Um,
Okay.
I grew up in, like, junior high, like, musical theater. Of course, I went to a Renaissance fair, and so but I will say as you get
Wait.
older
Okay. Same. Honestly,
it's
I don't know why we weren't friends.
but it's like well, it's like Disney adults. You know,
It
there's like
is. It is.
there's a subset of Disney adults that are like Renaissance fair LARPers that dress up and like, "Me lady, I bequeatheth this turkey leg to you."
I My dick kind of like crawls into my body whenever I hear someone say "me lady." Like I don't need to hear any
"Milady."
"me ladies."
Oh, you know Jesse was saying "me lady." I wrote a new song called "Me Lady." "Me lady, can I lay my head on your big old bosom?"
Oh my god, what if he had like a little like musical traveling crew that during the party and they just played little like
Somebody has a lute
lutes,
and like
lutes, yeah. No, but I do think there is I can't describe it. I can't describe it, but there is definitely a through line of tan line porn to Renaissance fair. And I don't know
oh,
what it
oh
is, but
my
there's
god.
just
Bro,
something
somebody
connects
s-
it.
like last week's episode, I don't know if it was Lindsay or something. It was Lindsay, I think. They pointed out that Lindsay had a tan line, and they like freeze framed the shot of Lindsay with the tan line, and they're like, "Carl, uh-oh," because Carl loves tan line porn.
So tan line porn was a big reveal to me last season. Like I didn't know that was a genre. And
I
then
didn't either.
another genre that was new to me this last week was watching Southern Charm when I learned about
Austin.
trapped porn.
I had no I was talking to Rebecca about this. I didn't know, like, I've heard of babysitter porn. I've heard of like, but I've never heard of like, oh, I got stuck in this like laundry machine and then you have
It's like
sex.
what?
I know it's
That once again, straight man, just say what you want. Say what you need. Don't
no,
don't
I would like I'm pretty I wish I was like more weird, but I think when I watch these shows, I feel pretty vanilla because like tan lines don't do anything for me. Getting trapped somewhere doesn't do anything for like it's like, how about a bed?
Yeah, I'm kind of like bad is what I'm
Yeah,
looking for.
I'm bed and fully clothed.
That's
Fully
what I'm
clothed.
like
I cut a
dark.
hole in a sheet. Yeah,
I don't want to see anything.
yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, bed. So previously on Summer House, the storylines we're dealing with is they say Bailey is crushing on Ben. And she kept asking people if, like, do you think I know how to flirt? And then we had the apology Dune where Kyle was like, I don't know who I married anymore. And Amanda's like, I'm tired of having the same conversation every summer. Aren't you? And then we had Ciara and Jesse in matching cowboy hats. And they're like, what if this was our engagement photo? And you could tell Jesse was like really, crushing or pervy on Ciara. And he told Amanda, he goes, I just wrote a song about being in love with your best friend. And Amanda pointed out that was very cringy. And he'd said to West in front of the guys, you don't care if I make out with Ciara, do you? And West was like, is that in the works? And then in the pool, which that episode was called Heated Rivalry. So I was hoping that they had sex, but they didn't. And he said, some people would call you a dickhead for even asking. And Tom, is this what you meant about straight men not being able to communicate? Is that some people would say you're a dickhead? Don't you think West meant, I think you're a dickhead?
Yeah, like I don't know what it is. It's like Someone told straight men back, when God created Adam and Eve that you don't say what you feel. You say,
Yeah.
like, you put "bro" in between each word, and you say, like, "Bro, if I bro," like, it's just say, like, don't do that.
And the thing is, they're laying as close as you can lay to another man on a pool float. And it's like, you guys are touching skin half naked, but you can't actually say how you feel. So Wes is like, other people in the house think you're a dickhead. And Jesse's like, not going to stop me. And that's where we start. And it's Saturday, July 19th at 1:13 p.m. And Carl announces in the house, 2 hours until the Ren Fair, which is so Carl. Get your costumes on. We're about to Ren Fair.
It's just, Carl, there's no sex appeal in that sentence to me.
But don't wait, see, but don't you think there's an anti-sex appeal that actually makes it weirdly sex appeal? Is that he's so corny that it becomes sexy or no?
So I once again, I always have. I would be into him being a nerd. I just think that he doesn't, how do I say this? It's like he doesn't get that he is a little dweeby, and so he doesn't just, like, ride with it. He thinks he's doing, like, cool, straight guy who just, like, happens to like Ren fairs, and it's like, no, just, like, be full freak. Like, you like
Yeah.
tan lines, you like eating turkey legs. I'm sure you like, I feel like he likes stuck porn, but the opposite, like, he is stuck in the washer and some girl is him out of it. Like, just
I
be
like
a
when
kid.
I like when I'm fully stuck in a laundry machine and a girl comes up behind me and enters me. That's like my
I
favorite.
think that's who he is. I think he is, I think that's why he liked Lindsay. She's a little
Well,
dominating, you know?
oh, I mean, completely. And by the way, well, because Carl's the kind of guy you get into a car and he's like, everybody buckled up. This
"Did you
this car
bring your
doesn't.
orange slices and apple juice, kids?"
Well, by the way, that's what I'm saying. He's like the best sitcom dad that you can possibly, you can possibly have. Like he's going to
Mhm.
be a great dad one day.
He's gonna be great. He has a Bob Saget Full House vibe to him.
That's it. You nailed it. Because I remember watching that as a kid and thinking, like, I even knew as a kid that I was like, Bob Saget's like a super rest in peace, like super nerdy. Like, who's hooking up with Bob Saget's character
But Bob Saget had swag, though. That's the thing.
in real life? In real life,
No, but I even think in Full House, like, there was just a little bit of a, like, I'm a little nerd single dad who, but, like, it's like, you got it. I would you kinda
wait. So
get
you
why
do have a fetish, Tom?
I'm what is my fetish? Nerdy guy
Like dorky
sleeps?
sitcom dads.
Well, you haven't met my partner, Brian.
All of a sudden, Brian knocks on the door. Do you need any
Like,
snacks
"I
there,
brought a
Tom?
plate of snacks."
I've got some salami and cheese for you. So Ciara's complaining in her room that her boobs are too big, and Mia, her friend, is like, "Boo hoo." Ben, the Australian good-looking guy, has an old-timey costume on, and West is getting a huge kick out of that. Kyle puts on his costume, and he has a hairy tail, and Amanda points out that he has a hairy tail, and they seem to be on a more, I guess, sturdy footing this episode. And Amanda is saying, "I've been a bad girl." And she goes, "It looks like I have a dick on my face." And it truly did look like a
It
dick, didn't
did.
it?
It
Yeah.
looked like a dick, yeah.
Jesse is doing that Ren Fair voice. "I owe you my life, my queen," to Ciara. And Carl goes, "Hey, everybody, party is starting. Come on down. We've got Benjamin all the way from Australia, KJ from KC, Jesse from Chicago, Amanda from New Jersey, Wes from Missouri, Bailey from Austin." And so he does the whole, like a sitcom dad at the bottom of the stairs.
Which I don't know why he was introducing them like that, like it was a pageant, a Ren Fair pageant or something, but this
Because
is wait,
he's clocking it in his head so he can whack off later to it. He's like, that moment when they all come down, like that's his freak.
did you watch the show on HBO about the Ren Fairs?
Yeah. Yes.
That
Oh my
was
god. I
good.
had the what was that called? I had the director
It's
on
called,
when
like, Big it's called, like, King something King because it was about not Tiger
that
no, not
guy.
King,
It
that was
was
like
about
Tiger King. It was like God, something because it was about the head of it. Wait, I'm gonna
and which by the way, that guy, that guy died last year.
I missed that. But
Well, he wasn't on the show, but he died, which is like part of the show was he wanted to keep himself alive, but it was
oh,
like
right.
Succession at a Ren Fair.
Wait, Ren Fair
HBO.
doc, HBO. Yeah, no, I loved it. I found it so. Oh, it was just called Ren Fair, guys.
Hey guys, it was just
Hey,
called Ren Fair.
hey,
Yeah.
called Ren Fair. But they referred to him as like the king of the Ren
Yeah.
Fairs. It was like
Are
Succession
you
for
watching
nerds.
Neighbors on HBO?
No, I think I'm gonna download the apps for my flight home because I
It's
need.
insane.
Isn't it like a little like because
It's
I know
dark.
you're a big Nathan Fielder head like me. Is there like a level of it that's a little like we shouldn't be like
Yes,
uncomfortable
it's
humor?
all well,
Like
it's
we
all
shouldn't be watching
uncomfortable
this, but we are.
well, but Nathan Fielder is, like, taking us through it and, he's treating it very real, but we know that
Right.
he's Nathan Fielder. This is just warring neighbors. So, the documentarians, like, they're it'll truly scare you about society. Like, there's nobody in on the joke. They're all
Okay.
very real, and that's very like, it's a really uncomfortable watch, but at the same time, it just shows you, like, that truth is stranger than fiction.
Honestly, I might want so when I'm home, my mom never gets when it's my mom and my dad, they never gets mom doesn't get to watch like the creepy watch. And so whenever I'm home, I can like be like, okay, guys, we're gonna watch this, and dad gets to go to the other room. So maybe I think mom would like this. Maybe her and I will snuggle up on the couch and binge it.
Yeah, do it. Anyways, good for Carl because Lindsay influencer comes down in a full like Maleficent costume, and Carl's like, looking great. And Lindsay's like, you have to bow. And Carl bows, and Lindsay cackles, and Carl in a talking head's like, do you see the smile on my face? Do you see the smile on my face, guys? And like, hey, we're friends again. Like that moment was huge.
He jerked off to that moment big
Yeah, no,
time.
no, no, but like I don't know. That kind
It
of
was big.
actually
No, no, no. You're right though. I'm making it light, but like it was big. I'm happy to see them in a good spot.
but then Lindsay in a talking head goes, "The last thing I care about is Carl, or the last person I want to deal with is Carl. Let's just have fun." But I got to like, I like that Lindsay's like, "Yeah, that was last year. Been there, done that," and she's like full steam ahead, like full reality star ahead.
No, she's but then we found out that she's I think not going to the house next weekend.
Yeah, I mean, this is why you don't want to have kids because they really ruin you
This
going to the summer house.
they ruin reality TV.
Yeah. Ciara comes down in a full rat costume, and Ciara's a plague rat, and she says she's a rat carrying the bubonic plague. And she said she wanted to go as a turkey leg, but Carl said that they were going to actually have real turkey legs. So she chose bubonic plague. This is what I imagine you look like after Jesse hits you without a condom. So sorry,
That
sorry. I'm tired.
that
I'm so tired.
really
I'm
took
so
me
tired.
by
I'm so
surprise.
tired. I'm so
That
tired.
just scandalized me.
I'm so tired, you guys.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Also, do you think ever like I see all their social media and they have pictures of these moments, like of just behind the scenes of them all as friends, but sometimes like each one of them are like they're posting different photos where I'm like, do you guys actually just take pictures of each other the entire party, or do you actually party? Like it feels exhausting sometimes when I go on their social media.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like especially because you don't see the camera, you don't see them. They never include them on their phones really, like on the show either. So
Yeah.
it's like, when are you getting all this in? I yeah, I also would struggle with that sitting on footage from the summer house all year. Like they filmed this like 9 months ago, and you just sit on the footage of you having fun in a rat costume for 9 months, and then unveil. I would be like, I gotta show people this picture now.
So Sierra's dancing in her rat costume out back, and somebody's like, Jesse, does that do it for you? And Jesse shakes his head, yeah, because he's a pervert. And then Lindsay's like, hey, West, what were you talking about with Jesse on that pool float? And he's like, oh, the Sierra thing. I got to say, I truly think she would laugh in Jesse's face. And Lindsay's like, I don't know. Does Sierra know about this? And Wes is like, I don't know. It's not my place. And then Lindsay's like, oh, is it my place? Yeah, because it's getting awkward. And this is why Lindsay deserves the big bucks. Because Lindsay comes in immediately goes, hey, is it my place? She knows it's her place.
Guys, this is why so we need a Lindsay in general because she's like, we're gonna push some storyline today. Okay. there's cameras, so we
But
gotta
it
do
fits
some
with
things.
the and it's like it fits with the Lindsay character, so it doesn't seem like completely out of left field because this is
Right.
something that we've seen Lindsay do time and time again. But like she's there the first weekend, she immediately bridges the gap because otherwise, how do we let Ciara know that Jesse asked permission to make out with her?
No, she literally facilitated this storyline in Beverly Hills would have lasted us for 20 episodes, and she got to the bottom of it
By the way,
in a Ren at a Ren Fair party.
on Beverly Hills, this would have lasted 2 seasons. This would have been a whole 2-season arc. Um, I like that also, like, Amanda's on the grass, and she's, like, eating grass in costume, and Kyle's like, "This is the Amanda I like." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, when your wife's, like, just eating grass, like, acting like an idiot." He's like, "This is the Amanda I like. When her mouth is full of grass, it's gonna be a good summer. I'm turning this thing around." And what's great is that we know he doesn't turn this summer around.
In fact, it gets worse in the
Yeah,
fall.
it gets way worse. Well, don't you think this is kinda like the Diet Coke version of Scandoval? Because there's no real scandal in the sense that, like, Amanda seems very cognizant of who Kyle is, but we do have this weird not pleasure, but this weird experience of watching something that we already know the outcome of. So everything is like a weird clue or everything like we're like, "Oh, shit, they're not together anymore." So we watch it with this, like, fine-tooth comb.
Well, Scandival is definitely the Coke version of the Diet Coke versus
Yeah,
Coke.
and by the way, when I say Coke, I mean cocaine version. This is the Diet Coke, no drug at all. This is mellow.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely like Kids Bop Scandival.
It's kids, kids. That's it. You're right. Kids Bop. Oh my god, I can't wait to start listening to Kids Bop as my daughter gets older. So West has a turkey leg and corn, and Ben is like, "Is Dara coming? Oh, is Dara coming?" Dara is West's friend, and West is like, "You interested, bro?" And Ben says he met Dara at the singles mixer, and he had a little chat, and he goes, "I was a mess that night. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to seeing Dara." Now, Ben is so good looking, but I don't like. I think there's better looking guys in the house, but I know I'm not gay, so I might not be like Ben. Ben seems like a really nice guy.
Okay, but once again, we're back to the swag. We're kind of always coming back to the swag conversation. Like Ben
Yeah,
doesn't have swag. Like he doesn't
that's
have
it.
nerve. He's just like I don't know if he's nervous up to be on camera. I don't know if there's trauma from being on camera on Australian Bachelor, but there's just like a general anxious vibe to him that is just not. It doesn't do anything for me.
Well, then, but like KJ has like a nervous vibe, but in a very different way because KJ has tons of swag. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. No, he has like of energy about him that you want to like talk, you want to get to know him. Ben is just like I can take or leave this guy in the corner. I don't know. There's the vibes are off. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Dara comes in and lets us know once again that she dated a West for 6 months. It ended for the same reason. Nothing seems to stick. He couldn't full send it. I was 30 at the time. I was in my hot girl era, and I'm not trying to teach a man to be a man. West is the best unless you're dating him, and I'm very happy that flame has died. And I was like, well, that kind of sums it up, right? If you're looking for a serious relationship, West was not your guy.
No, no, not at all. And Dara, but wait, did you see that Dara and
Is it Dara
uh,
or Dara? I'm so bad with names. Is it Dara or Dara?
I don't know because I know Dara's and Dara's in my life, so I'm not sure.
Fuck.
I
Okay.
think it's Da-
Dara?
uh,
Dara?
Dara. What did I
Don't come
say?
at me, you guys. I didn't write the pronunciation.
Dara, don't come at us.
Yeah.
I think they're dating IRL. AJ and
Dara
him.
and KJ. Good. Well, okay, that's good to know because I was scared that KJ was going to blow it because he's let us know how many times he's nervous and anxious and not trying. Like, so sometimes I've been in that position where I've like over explained myself to the point where
Same.
the girl's like, "You're a fucking loser," you know?
No, I literally I haven't. It's funny me talking about like guys gotta have swag. I have no swag, so let's
Yeah.
just make that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Wait, by the way,
I'm not good at the dating game.
it is funny. Like, I can diagnose somebody else without swag or with swag, but I have zero swag.
Same.
Um, Dara comes in, KJ doesn't recognize her, and she's finally like, "Do you remember meeting me on Thursday?" And KJ's like, "I'm fucking stupid. Holy shit, your hair is different. Cheers to me being an idiot." And then we cut to West, and West has one of those Sandoval trumpets, which is never a good sign. And we see there's like Carl hired fire eaters, and Lindsay is sitting next to Ciara and Mia. And Lindsay's like, "I have something to tell you. Apparently, last night Jesse asked West if he could make out with you." And Ciara's like, "What?" And Mia's such a good friend. Mia's like, "He's got a lot of nerve." Like he did like no other information. "He's got a lot of nerve." And Lindsay's like, "Yeah." West was like, "I don't give a fuck. I don't even think she's into it." Like, and like, if she is, it's like joking. But I do love that the part that probably really pisses Ciara off is when Lindsay says, "West doesn't give a fuck."
Well, does wait, so she said that Wes doesn't give a fuck if
No,
Jesse
Lindsay.
makes out with her, which I don't think
Yeah,
that's
Lindsay
really
was like,
true,
Wes was like,
right?
"I don't give a fuck," but Wes does give a fuck. So once again, it's men not communicating and Wes trying to play it cool with Lindsay. Like, "Hey, this Jesse Solomon came up and wanted to make out with Ciara. I don't give a fuck, but it's totally weird."
Yeah, I do think some of it got lost in translation too a bit, like,
Well, yeah.
through Lindsay trying to stir a little bit, but he should have just said to Jesse as they were half naked, nearly naked on that raft, I do give fucks. Please don't do this."
Well, and this is where Lindsay really screws it up. Lindsay goes, "No, no, he was serious about asking, but the makeout would be joking." And that's where she like, I mean, have you ever had a joking makeout? Like, "Ha ha, ha."
Gay people just hook up. So, like, I've definitely hooked up with a friend before, but, like, it's not like I think, like, it's a little different because straight people take things a little bit more seriously probably, but I I he Jesse doesn't wanna jokingly make out with her, though. He wants to, like, put a
Yes.
ring on it. He
I
loves Sierra.
I think Ciara was confused of like, is it like Waka Waka? You're in like a clown makeup with a little horn, like wah wah. Like that was the part that Lindsay didn't necessarily convey. And Ciara was like,
Mhm.
"Listen, I need a minute." And then talking to Ed, she's like, "Why are you asking permission? The only person that you should be asking permission from is me. Both of these boys make me sick, honestly." And she says she's annoyed at Jesse's lack of intention, and like, everything's a fucking joke to him. I mean, if see if to ask permission from Wes, why aren't you asking to go out on a date and you don't care? That annoys the fuck out of me. I should make out with someone in front of you and see how that feels. So Ciara, like, yeah, like she's like, I want to be asked out on a date and not just a joking makeout.
Right, she doesn't wanna be she feels tokenized as, like, the hot girl in the house. She feels
I've
like
been
she's
there.
only looked at as I know, same
Yeah.
here. She feels like she's just, like, looked at as just an item, like an ass for them, you know what I mean? It's like, you you don't get to just fight over who gets to, like, make out with the hot girl in the house. You have to, like, actually give a fuck about wanting
We
to, like, be with her.
Yeah, because Jesse didn't ask West, "Hey, do you mind if I form a really strong emotional connection with Ciara?"
Right. Like, and can you imagine a straight man asking that question? That is such a "Do you
Hey,
mind if I make an emotional connection with
hey,
Sierra?"
do you mind if I ask Ciara about her past?
Like, what? I can't see that question ever coming out of his mouth. But then, of course, once again, he goes and writes a song about her.
Yeah, of course. But see, that's what I'm saying. So maybe his songs are where he does his real communicating. Like maybe that's where he. But what if his? I've not listened to all of his songs, but like, is his songs extremely romantic, or are they all like, "I want to jokingly fuck you"? I
Wait,
don't.
sorry, I lost you for a second.
Oh,
That's
I
my
was just
that's
saying,
my
are
bad
his
there.
songs like, "I want to jokingly fuck you," or are they like romantic?
I didn't go to the concerts. I don't know all of the discography, but I do think they're I think he sings very, like, general love songs. Like, it's
Yeah,
like, because it's just, like, weird, kind of like he's trying to do, like, I think sing jazz standards. They're all just, like, generally about a woman that has beautiful eyes that he wants to make out with, but
yeah.
nothing too specific. I can't picture him writing. really
I
pen
know.
to
I would
paper.
I would love to know the artistic process. Like, is he in a room where he has crumpled up paper all around him? Because he's like, "No, that doesn't work. That doesn't rhyme. That doesn't rhyme with tit." So
Well, yeah, or is he asking his friend ChatGPT to write a love song? I could see that.
he's like ChatGPT's like, Craig Conover asked I just got out of a therapy session with Craig Conover.
I don't think Jesse's our Joni Mitchell of Bravo. I don't think
Well, what if he was? What if there's like a true art? Anyways, Lindsay says, I think Jesse's catching a vibe more for, like I think he might be catching some feelings and anticipating it going further. And so Amanda, Ciara, and Mia, they're like, are you okay? And Lindsay's like, hey, I feel like I made it awkward. And Ciara's like, bitch, I want to know. And Amanda's like, let's go have a fucking day. Screw these guys. Let's get drunk. And then Amanda's outside with Bailey and says, you got to practice flirting. And she's like, go flirt with one of the actors. And Bailey's like, I'm not trying to flirt with somebody that does LARPing for a living. And then she goes, go flirt with West. And she goes up to West at like the popcorn machine, and Bailey's like, hey, are you having fun? And Wes is like, yeah, having a great time. How are you? And she goes, I don't know. This is the hottest you've ever looked. Are you turned on? Because I'm turned on. And Wes is like, yeah, that's lovely. And Bailey's like, does my popcorn taste good? And then he's like, what? And he goes, you didn't know I was hitting on you. And Wes goes, when? And she goes, just now. How do you normally hit on people? This felt like a stage scene to me. Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm dealing with Wi-Fi issues. I feel
Yeah,
bad.
I know. Sorry, guys, if it goes in and out. I'll try to fix it in post.
No, I think we're fine. It's I'm telling people to get off the Wi-Fi. Okay. No, Bailey has no game.
Yeah.
Wes also Wes also could have been a little nicer about his delivery of like, you flirted with me? Like, Wes, let her go down easy on this because she's really trying.
I like that Bailey's like, should I go hit on the turkey leg guys? And then Wes goes, smoke my meat. I was like, great, West.
I'm kind of like at my wit's end with the turkey leg commentary, to be honest. Like turkey legs, there's too much turkey leg talk in this episode. Like I don't want to eat a turkey leg. That's not really my vibe.
Oh, no, Tom, I know that like I got to defend turkey legs on this. They're like some of my favorite legs. Like they're so, I mean, you wouldn't think it, but they're actually weirdly, they're delicious. They really are.
Okay, but can I? Do turkeys have big legs? That's the thing that always confuses me. Because sometimes
See,
when
if
I see the
I
turkey
don't,
leg at Disney World, I'm like, now wait a second.
well, it's like a
I've seen
magician with
many
a trick. I don't
turkeys.
want to know how it, like, I don't want to know the trick. Like, I don't want to, now I don't want to think about because what you just said really freaks me out because now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why they're that big. Like, I don't know. And now I'm scared because that does sound really weird and not scientifically possible.
Well, right. It's like, are they the Larsa Pippins of the turkey farm? Like, where are we getting the legs?
These big ass, big legged turkeys walking around.
BBL turkeys.
Yeah. Anyways, KJ's giving Dara a tour of the house, and KJ and the talking head's like, she's so pretty. It's like, it's like, why is she talking to me? Like, I'm trying way too hard, but like, there's some energy here. And then Carl's talking to two girls, and Carl goes, I like your Beyonce shirt. And the girl's like, do you get it, Carl? And Carl's like, not really. And the girl's like, Renaissance tour, because it's a Ren fair. And Carl's like, if I could hit myself in the head with this turkey leg, I would.
I have a Renaissance tattoo on my arm, by the way. I could
Do you
go
really?
to a Ren fair.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I have a back here.
Carl wouldn't understand that tattoo.
No, he'd be like, what is this robot you have on your arm? No, that really cackled. I couldn't believe he in general, but then like for him to I shout out to that girl. As someone who's deep in the beehive, shout out to that girl for being smart enough to be like, it's a Ren fair party. I'm gonna wear my Renaissance shirt.
It would be great if somebody got that clip to Beyonce.
She watches some Bravo. I don't think she watches
some Bravo. Yeah, I can't imagine. Like if Jay-Z and Beyonce are like, it's Tuesday night.
Well, they have a house out there.
Yeah, but just because you have it, like, so does Billy Joel. I don't think he's watching Summer House.
You don't think she's like, "Let's just see how the other half lives."
Um, Lindsay says the jousting competition will commence in a few minutes. I call upon Sir Jesse and Sir West. And Jesse's like, you might actually kill me. And they have these inflatable horses. And of course, West, like they have inflatable horses and inflatable swords. And then, of course, classic guy fashion, West puts his sword as a horse penis. And he's like, oh, it's so bro. Like he's like waving it as like the horse penis. And anyways, they let the games begin, and a trumpet goes off, and Wes and Jesse just like ram each other, like just like go at each other. And then they have a shot of Ciara looking sad at the table by herself. And then afterwards, everybody's like, kiss, kiss, kiss. And Jesse kisses West, and West screams, he didn't ask permission. And then they cut back to Ciara, and she puts her head in her hands and starts crying.
So I think this was an editing
Yeah, me
Frankenstein
too.
moment.
Me too.
Because I was watching it today and I was like, they're cutting back so frequently
To
to
Ciara.
Sierra, but like I, I just don't see that that was how that went down. I feel like she was either already up in the room, like,
Yeah.
or her crying moment happened way after the thing dispersed because we never got like a wide shot of Sierra sitting. They would have shown Sierra like at the other side of the pool, like sitting, looking at them do this. And then there was like a weird Frankenstein editing moment too, where they have like Sierra run into the house, and then Jesse like looks longingly like
Yeah.
at
Jesse
the
clocks it.
camera, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't think that happened.
No, I think, I mean, it works narratively, and that's why I think it's also Franken edited because it was after Wes screams he didn't ask permission, which is what Jesse asked to make out with Ciara. So that would lead us, the audience, to believe, oh my God, Ciara's crying about this because they're talking about permission. But anyway, Ciara goes to her room, gets under the covers, and Mia is with Ciara and says, listen, like Mia just seems like a really good friend. And Mia says, listen, I'm here for you. And Sierra's like, listen, it's not flattering to me that everyone wants to just experience me. I want to have the best friend. I want someone I can tell everything to and vice versa, and that they want to protect me. I don't want this surface level shit. And why do you only see me in this light of a good time girl when that is not my vibe anyways? And Mia's like, you are so deserving of all of those things. Don't cry. And like your heart really does go out to her because yeah, like maybe she is this gorgeous person, but she's so gorgeous that she only attracts like fuckboys that don't want to commit at all.
Wait, sorry, Ryan. Can we pause for a second?
Yeah. Okay, so basically, I was just saying everything that Ciara was saying to Mia, in the fact of like, listen, I don't want somebody just to experience me. I don't want surface level shit. That's not my vibe. And Mia's like, you are deserving of all things, which I think Mia's just being the best friend that you can have in that situation.
She, I, I was already all in on her, but this episode, between her being, she's so comfortable on camera, like at the
Well,
party, she's not
well,
weird
she's
about
gotten.
anything,
This is the most comfortable she's ever been in all the seasons that we've known Ciara.
right? And because Mia's there, like with her, like I just think the two, I'm just so happy Mia's on the show. Like I think she is a
Yeah.
really having a she's being such an authentic friend, which is like kind of crazy to see from like a first season Summer House cast member. She's so comfortable on camera, and I thought the way she took care of Sierra was like so wonderful to see.
Yeah. So Ben then is with Dara after Dara was like getting a house tour with um uh I'm blanking. Dara was getting a house tour from, I keep wanting to call him
KJ,
TJ.
KJ.
KJ, sorry, KJ. And then I was like, wow, is Dara playing both sides here? Is Dara playing both sides? But like they're near a guillotine, and Dara's like, I like a man in a vulnerable position. And they sit on a haystack together. And Bailey notices this because Bailey's had like her hots for like Ben, like for the last couple episodes. And Ben is like, Bailey's like, oh, is Ben like on The Bachelor again? And KJ notices it and says, Ben and the other boys make flirting look easy. I don't even know if I'm flirting. I'm just talking. I don't know how to flirt. So KJ is like the male Bailey, but KJ has swag and Bailey has no swag as a girl.
Oh, you're right. KJ is the male. Yeah, like but there's still something about there's, like, an innocence to KJ that is, like, kind of, like he's, like I don't know. Bailey did cry about her Sweet Green breakup on the 1st episode of the season where
Yeah.
KJ's a little more, like, an open innocence, if that makes any sense. And
Yeah.
I can see them I can see the sex appeal a little bit quicker in with KJ. But how old is Dara?
Well, she said she was 33 years ago when she was dating West, so I think she's 33.
And KJ's a baby, which I kind of like that though for them. I think
Well,
he's like
as lo
26, isn't he?
yeah, but
27?
I know this is bad to say, like, but I kind of got worried that, like, I just hope Dara doesn't break his heart.
She will.
Yeah, she man.
She
Anyway,
will.
Mia says that everybody has to go home from the party, and, like, once again, it just kinda reminds me my priorities in life are all screwed up because I really wanna go to a party at the summer house, and, like, I don't usually wear shorts. Like, I would wanna wear, like, a full, like, suit or something, but, like, I also feel like we could find out where the summer house is, and, like, if we get a bunch of creators, we can just storm the summer house.
It would be so fun, and we're gonna get you in a short, okay? We're gonna get you in a nice short booty short, show off them gams, and we're gonna show our tan lines to Carl. It's gonna be a great afternoon.
Oh, yeah, by the way, yeah. Well, that's what oh my god. I was just like, they can't stop us from recording outside the summer house. We could just set up, like, a table outside the summer house and just, like, record
I
a
think it
podcast.
I think it would be pretty easy to locate. I'm not saying we should dox the set of this show, but I think we could the Hamptons is
Yeah.
not very big.
See, I've never been to the Hamptons, so I have no clue what we're working with, but, yeah, I would love that's just, like, a real goal of mine.
I Ryan, I think you could you know some of these people, like, through interviewing and stuff. I think you could ask them and be like, "Can I come crash a party one summer?"
Yeah,
And
Hey, Wes, hey, man, I got a question for you. Hey, could I come to the summer house?
West would absolutely say yes.
I don't know. I feel like I bet they're, like, under, like, strict orders not to invite, like, creators and stuff like that.
But, like, think about but think about the parties on Beverly Hills. There is always a gay content
Yeah.
creator that we've all seen
Oh,
online, like,
you know
in
what?
the
You're right.
corner.
Oh,
Like
you're so right.
Steve shout out to Steve, like, he's always
Faces
at
by
those
Bravo.
parties.
Faces by
Yeah, he's
Bravo is
always at those
always
parties.
there.
I don't think it's that
That's
big of a
true.
deal. It's more just about the integrity. It's more about, like, whether they want creators there.
Yeah.
But they're
Well,
all creators at this
but
point,
the other
you know?
thing is I don't think you're allowed in the summer house, you have to stay outside, and I feel like that would be the temptation is I would try to find a way to sneak inside because, like, imagine if I, like, stole one of those cardboard cutouts and just ran. Like, I just go in there and I steal a, like, West's cardboard cutout.
Ryan, you can't sneak inside. We gotta b once again, we gotta
No,
be
no, no.
cool, okay?
Yeah.
We gotta be cool. We're at the summer house. Carl's there. We gotta be cool.
Yeah. Ryan keeps saying he needs to take a shit inside. Like, "Come on, guys, let
I
me in."
I was thinking that. I was like, "Where do the guests, like, use the bathroom?" Because, like,
I think there's
they
porta
can't go
pot no,
inside.
there's porta potties, I think, out front.
Oh, wow. They ship in porta potties for these parties. Damn.
Yeah. They're the real deal.
They're like, "Do not come in this house."
No, they give you a shovel and make you dig a hole on the side of the house. Uh,
That would be
anyways,
hilarious.
Kyle is already DJing inside the house. Bailey's the only one there in front of Kyle's DJ booth. And Dara tells KJ that she likes to read in her time. Like, she likes to read and she likes to go to movies alone. And KJ's like, I'll go to a movie with you. She wasn't asking to she likes to go to movies alone. He's like, I'll go to the movies. And then
Wait, do you like going to movies
KJ,
alone?
I do. Yeah.
Me
I have
too.
no,
I love it too.
yeah, I love it.
I kind
Yeah.
of prefer it, honestly.
Um, KJ asks Jesse if Sierra's okay, and Jesse's like, "I don't know, man. I haven't seen or heard from her in a minute." And then Dara is by the door, and she has like did you notice she had luggage with her? And she's talking to Ben, and she goes, "I have to change into normal clothes. You want to help me?" The only reason I'm like weirded out by the luggage is because she leaves at like 12:33 in the morning. So I'm like, why did she bring a full luggage? Was there did she think she was going to stay the whole night?
Do you think she signed her contract, like, on the trip in?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Like, was she always like a full-time cast member or they're like, we need to focus on you because all the guys are hitting on you?
I think this is like a late casting. I think no, I think she was I actually do think she was cast by the time she went to that Aussie dating party,
Yeah.
whatever happened last week or whenever that was. I do think she was cast by then, but I think it was like a West had been pushing for her to get cast, and he was like, "I might bring this girl to the party. I think she's a good fit for the show." And then it was like a quick hire because maybe that was like her test filming
Yeah,
that
yeah,
day,
yeah.
and it was like, "If it works, we'll mic you if we feel that it's something worth going into, we'll bring you out for like a party." Because
You
I
know
agree, the logistics of it were weird. Because sometimes these
yeah.
friend ofs just pop up, and you're like, "Who when did you get HR to approve you being here?"
Yeah, that's no, I mean, listen, she works on the show so far. Bailey in a talking head says Dara beaming with her lashes, and, it's like it's realizing I don't stand a chance with Ben. Like, I wasn't flirting, I don't even know what I was doing. And so Bailey realizes, like, and which is right, like, I don't think Ben is no offense to Bailey, I don't think Ben's attracted to her at all. Dara leaves at 12:36. Dara and KJ have, switched earrings, and so KJ's
Kinda
still in the
gross,
game.
but okay.
Yeah. I do love I love that Kyle gets into bed and immediately spoons Amanda, and he goes, "What a night." And I'm like, "Stop waking up Amanda when you get into bed, dude." We wake up at Sunday, 9:34 AM. There's turkey legs just laying in the grass, which has gotta skeeve you out, right?
I don't wanna think about it. The
Yeah.
idea of, like, raw like, well, it's not raw, it's cooked, but, like, it's like, you got meat in the grass? That
Yeah,
feels like a
melted
euphemism for
meat.
something.
It's it's melted it's meat in the grass, and Ryan Bailey has stayed out there all night. "Hey, guys, I'm still here." Yeah, I'm just eating. Anyways, Jesse tries to talk to Sierra, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing this week?" And Sierra's like, "I just gotta clean my apartment," and, like, kinda brushes him off. And in a talking head, Jesse's like, "God damn it. I can tell Sierra's upset. Hopefully not about me, but I'm afraid it is. No matter what happens, I always mess up." And this is a typical guy thing too, is that we fall into these patterns, and we're always like, "Oh, why does life do this to me?" Instead of looking at your own behavior. Like, what have I done that I always get into these situations?
Yes, if you find yourself in a recurring situation, and this is not just guys, just anyone, you have to ask yourself, "Why does this always happen to me?"
Yeah.
You have to realize because you are the common denominator here.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you
Um,
do?
but at the same time, on reality TV, you don't necessarily want him to grow yet. You're like, this is
No.
perfect that you don't know. But I do get worried that if Jesse doesn't figure it out soon, in 2 more seasons, we will have a Scandival level event with Jesse.
No, Jesse is Tom Sandoval reincarnate. I have to agree with you here.
Yeah.
There's something sinister about his energy, and I can't
Yeah.
put my finger on it, and it has nothing to do with his jazz stylings, but there's just a spiritual energy I don't think he likes the new blood, like, I think there's an ego to him for some reason
And
that
I
I'm not
feel like
quite
West has put
understanding.
up a little bit of a wall with Jesse too.
Yeah, I don't think that he would want to hang out with him anymore if the show didn't exist, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
at this point.
Carl, when everybody's leaving, is talking to KJ, and Lindsay's leaving, and Carl's like, "How crazy is it that I paid half of that car? I used to own it. However, though, this couldn't have gone better. We're cordial. That's great." And I just think he's like, "Hey, KJ, I used to own half of that Kia Focus or whatever that car was." And KJ's like, "Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, it is cool. Everything's great." And so, that we leave, and we're back in the city, and it's Monday, and we're at like a indoor golf place, and Wes and Kyle are just hitting balls, and Wes is like, "I need to rip it." And then he hits the ball really hard, and he goes, "I just ripped it, man." And I was like, I don't know sports at all, so I'm like, was that good what he did?
Yeah, to me, RIP is negative? RIP is
Uh,
positive? I'm not
see,
sure,
but
but
I
I
think
will say I've gone to, like, a driving range before because I was like, "Can't be that hard." Like, I'm, like, just
yeah,
hitting the ball. I don't physically understand, like, the movement after the contact with the ball. Like, I don't the follow-through portion of swinging a golf club is beyond me. So when I hit
yeah.
it, it looks like I'm, like, pounding, like, a I'm, like, pounding something in the ground. And my friend's like, "No, you have to, like, keep it going." I would
Yeah.
be bad at that.
No, and by the way, I have no, like, competitive spirit when it comes to sports at all, like, I
Mhm.
just assume everybody will be better than me, and I have no, like and I don't care, like, there's no part of me that's like, "I gotta win this thing." I really could give a shit. Anyways, we get to Tuesday, and Lindsay's putting little things in the outlet so, Gemma doesn't, poke her finger in and electrocute herself,
Have you done that
which
yet,
I'm gonna
Ryan?
have to do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that in
Yeah.
a bit. That was painful to watch. KJ meets Dara at a bar, and he says that they've been texting and talking on the phone and FaceTiming, and he goes, "I didn't want to get into a relationship this summer, but we'll just see how this goes." And that's when I got worried because I was like, "Ooh, you texted, FaceTimed, and called. Is this too much too soon?" And then KJ's like, "I thought of you every day this week. After I gave you the tour, I was like, this was a fun experience. It was fun to get to know you." And then I saw Ben, and I was like, "Damn, you guys were talking, and he was giving you attention." I felt like I felt kind of like a way, and I actually kind of like you. And Dara says, "Well, Ben was nice, but I just want to clarify, I'm not trying to make you feel weird." And KJ's like, "You don't like Ben?" And Dara's like, "No." But this scared me too, of like him just being that. Oh, well, but see, is this how
No, I
guys
actually
should
like
be?
it. No, 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 I like it. I like it. I
I
think
just
that
thought it
this
might
is smart.
scare her of like, you're already worried about who else I'm liking.
No, no, no. I think it's really honest. I'm
Okay,
just
so this
honesty
was good.
here. I think this is a good move because I think a lot of guys would try and compete with Ben in kind of like a weird way, and then it would kind of ick the girl out, right? That it would be like
Yeah.
the girl would be like, "I don't really like this like like trying to like outbro each other, you know?"
Yeah.
He's not trying to do that. He's like, "I wasn't sure that you would like me, but like I really like you." I think it's refreshing.
Okay.
What's
Okay.
not
So we're okay.
refreshing is him drinking a Guinness at 100-degree weather in New York City
Yeah,
summer. That was crazy to me, but
that's a real choice. He ordered a Guinness and 2 waters when he came in. Also, KJ goes, "Well, everybody likes Ben. He's a male model." And Dara points out, "Aren't you a male model too?" And KJ's like, "Oh yeah." Like that's what the other thing is like. KJ has no reason to feel insecure. KJ is just as good looking as Ben.
he's like, "But I'm a baby."
Yeah. KJ's like, "You felt chemistry with us? This is all new to me. I thought I was going to be single this summer and have a good time." And Dara's like, "That's your state of mind?" And he's like, "Well, I did think that." So it's like they're already married in KJ's mind.
I know. They put this in the trailer, and I was like, I thought that this would happen much later on, where they would be
S-
like where he would be like,
Same.
"I'm thinking about you every day," and I'm like,
Yes. He
"You
was in the
said
first
this to her,
week.
right?" Get
And it even gets more intense in a second, but we cut to SoftBar, and SoftBar is still being under construction. And Carl's like, "The stairs look so good. This has me thinking so many big things. We could put a DJ in there." And I was like, "Oh no, a DJ? Like we have a DJ space?
Well, never forget, it's not just a soft bar, it's also a creator
A creator
space
space."
slash co-working space. You know what? I I want to try and be as positive as I can about soft bar because he's put so much time and energy into it. It looks great. It really looks so cool. But, like, I'm like, I still just don't quite understand all the aspects of it. Like, it's like I feel like we're always just doing a brand activation.
Well,
We're
you can make a
always
lot
brand
of
activating.
you can like I've noticed he has a lot of parties for like I think brands are like doing parties there too, which you can make some good
Yeah.
money doing because it's
Mhm.
$10,000 a month that he signed like a lease for.
That's so
And
expensive.
it's really expensive. And by the way, I do want a soft bar hat. I want to buy a
The
soft
merch
bar
is
hat.
cute.
I want to support in that way. But we flash back to 2 summers ago in a flashback with Lindsay going, "Okay, you want to do this, but like, there's not a lot of movement, Carl, of doing it." And so now we see that he's actually done this. And Australian Ben walks in. And didn't you love that Carl had a hard hat on?
I when he was like he was like I love when he was like, "And I can't go to the house this summer because I mean, this
He
weekend
goes,
because I have work to do. This place is crazy."
"My team
Hard hat
needs
on.
me." My team,
I
you can tell with this hard hat that
this hard hat is gonna stay
there's
on for
construction.
days.
Carl, Carl's into hard hat porn too, you guys.
Oh my
And
god.
but Ben
You know that exists. I know
oh,
that exists.
I like Ben goes, "This is why I love New York. People are walking around having ideas and doing them." And I'm like, "Wait."
Wait, I wrote down my notes. Hearing Ben say entrepreneurship was one of the craziest words. I don't think it's a word Australians are meant to say. It's like,
He goes,
entrepreneurship?
entrepreneurial perspective. It takes balls. It's ambitious and it looks phenomenal. And Carl's like, 5 weeks till the opening. And that's when he goes, "Hey, I can't be out there this weekend. My team needs me. I've made some promises." And then they start talking about investors. And he goes, "I got a lot of non-alc investors in this. I got Jesse Solomon investing. I've got influencers. I got some sports people." And Ben's like, "Did Kyle get involved?" And Carl's like, "No, but to be honest, he's got so much shit with Loverboy." And in a talking head, this was a revelation. Carl says, "In 2019, I invested $15,000 in Loverboy because I really believed in it and I didn't have a lot of money," which that got me thinking, like, how did Carl not have a lot of money in 2019? Because Summer House had been on for like 5 seasons at that point.
I feel like the show blew up during COVID, really. Like, I don't think the brand like, I don't think they had, like, traction as, like, content creators, influencers, all that stuff, like, the cast of the show until 2020. Like, I think we were all watching the
Okay.
show, but I don't think they had the same clout as they do now. Like, they a lot of these people are, like, celebs, Z-list celebs, but celebs now, but, like, back then, like, I mean, to be honest with you, I started watching Summer House in 2019, so I I I kind of feel that that rings true, and to me, if you didn't have any money and you invested $15,000, I mean, that's very generous. And I find it really tacky that Kyle, who has who is in the
The
space of,
space.
like, liquor and non-alc, he has a non-alc brand that I'm sure they sell there at SoftBar. It feels crazy for him not to just be, like, a silent investor. Like, I understand optics-wise, maybe he can't because he has Loverboy, but just as a friend, like, throw him some money. Like, you have the money to do it,
Well,
and
that I mean, was so he's like, "Oh yeah, he said he wasn't in a place to invest." And the message it sends is kind of confusing. And it really did confuse me as well, because then
yeah.
I was like, or is Kyle just like, "There's no way this fucking idea will work, so I'm not throwing my money away." But then maybe he was thinking, "I gave Carl a job at Loverboy. I was trying to think like, and I would love Kyle's perspective on this because
Yeah.
I want there to be a reason because I don't it just is it's weird it's weird to me that he wouldn't invest with Carl, and I just wanna know why.
I feel like it's like his board was like, "You can't invest in a bar." Like, I feel like there's, like, a larger business issue here that he thinks it's like a conflict of interest almost, but
Yeah.
I don't think it is. You own, like, a liquor brand, you don't own a bar. Like, it's not like he owns a bar space, you know? I
Cause
don't
like,
know.
"Talk to me when you sell alcohol, and then I'll do it."
Wait, did he say that?
No, I was like, that's something
Oh
Kyle
my
would
god.
be like,
I'm like,
"Hey."
that does sound like something he would say. That's why I believed it. I was like, "That is so terrible."
And it would be crazy if Amanda did invest and Kyle didn't. Like,
Wait,
also,
now we're onto something I like that.
what what also, like, only, Jesse Solomon invested, but none of the other Summer House people invested? Paige DeSorbo didn't invest?
Just the Jesse Solomon investment to me, I was like, "Oh god, Jesse's behind this? That can't
See,
be
but
good."
yeah, there's there's an awkward, like, episode, like, "I want my fucking money back, Carl."
You know he's gonna be, like, walking through a Greenpoint, and he's, like, taking girls one night stands past Softbar. He's like, "We don't need to go there because, like, oh, I don't
Uh,
wanna want a mocktail right now, but
yeah,
I
yeah.
that's kind of one of my businesses."
Jesse will never take any of his dates to Softbar because they don't serve alcohol. He's like, "We gotta get you
Right.
liquored up, girl."
That's sadly true for
Yeah.
him. It
Um,
sounds dark when we're saying it,
I
honestly.
know, I know. I know, guys, we're just joking around. Anyways, it's
Yeah.
Friday, July 24th. Ben, Jesse, West, and KJ are in a car. And Wes is like, "Hey, I got a text from my friend that KJ was on a date with Dara. And Ben's in the car and he's listening. And they're like, "You gave her a tour of the backyard last weekend." And everybody's like, "Yeah, you did." This is such a guy thing, too. "Yeah, you did. You gave her a tour of the backyard." And Jesse's like, "Whoa." And you're like, "Let's hang out this week." And I was like, "Yeah, Jesse, see, you can actually ask women on dates. You don't just like want to make out with him. KJ asked a woman on a date, and Jesse seemed legitimately shocked in the car.
No, it's like KJ is treating women with respect. I know that that is a crazy kind of idea, Jesse, but I encourage you to maybe dabble in it and you would be a little more successful in your dating
Yeah.
adventures. If you just, he's literally just like following a woman's lead, asking her the right questions, being kind to her, not,
Being
and he's
nervous.
still, oh, go ahead.
No, I said be nervous about how the other person feels about you, like concerned with their
Right,
feelings. And Jesse
right.
seems legitimately shocked. Like, wait a sec, you're allowed to like take these women out too? I thought we were just supposed to poke them and kiss them and stuff like that.
Poke him. I hate that.
Sorry, you guys. But anyways, KJ says, yeah, we went to Tyler, the Creator. They went to a concert. I got a kiss goodnight. And then I came over and made dinner. And then I left this morning. I do enjoy spending time with her. So they've had like a full relationship within the span of a week.
That's, like, really cute to me, though. Like, I really like a impromptu, like, weekend that happens. I think that's,
Yeah.
like, a great sign of a budding relationship. It really doesn't feel love bomby to me, though, too, which, like, I think love bombing is a real thing, and a lot of guys love bomb hard like this, but I think it sounds to me like he was just, like, genuinely like,
Yeah,
"Do you wanna,
into it.
like, keep hanging out?"
Yeah, totally. No, well, yeah, that's the point too. KJ doesn't come off as creepy at all.
No. So earnest and
Yeah.
honest.
But KJ's like, yo, Ben, tell us how you feel. Because Ben was maybe interested in Dara. And Ben's like, we did have a vibe, but not after something. I'm not looking for something short term. I'm over the moon for ya. And KJ's like, well, I don't want to come between the boys. So already they're exhibiting stronger male friendship than West and Jesse are exhibiting.
Because, I mean, guy it's like it's all looping back, right?
It's
It's honesty, honesty, honesty,
honesty is
honesty,
good.
honesty.
You can learn something from these shows. Anyways, Bailey and Levi's back this weekend, and I got to tell you, I weirdly loved their prank as they dressed up like shrubs. I thought it was
Love.
so funny. I loved that they were both so into it. I love that it worked. Everybody pretty much got scared. I like this is the vibe I want on Summer House. This is the silliness I love.
I agree. I thought this was so funny. I love that they don't take themselves seriously. Like, that if there's a way to my heart with a reality star, it's someone who, like, really doesn't take themselves too seriously on the show in terms of like they're down to clown, like they're
Yeah,
down to
exactly.
have fun. They're not trying to like always be this like version of themselves, and I really, really loved that they were like, let's dress up like pieces of shrubbery and scare everyone. And
Oh,
I
I
think I
loved
would
it.
legit get scared if that
Oh,
happened.
that's what like, I was thinking like, "Oh my god, I would love to be scared like that." It would be so because I saw the genuine I know that, like, it's so silly, but I just dug that so much. Anyways, back to the guy's car, KJ did say, "Oh, and Jesse, I did have coffee with Ciara this week, and word got to her about what you said to West." And West goes, "Yeah, because of Lindsay." I'm like, "Why does guys never wanna take West, it's because of Lindsay, but you did say you were kind of bothered by it." And KJ goes, yeah, she's upset about that. And Jesse's like, I texted her and she didn't respond. So I figured something was off. You know, women, right?
It's that was such a this episode was a bummer for me with West. I was like, "West, like, come on. Like,
Well,
you
because
can't
like
play there's
step up, tell us how
cameras.
you
There's a
feel,
camera."
man.
Right, there's a camera in this car. There's a camera in your bedrooms. There's cameramen running around. Like, it's clear you've clearly said the subtext out loud just with, like, other people. And I just it bums me out that they're just like I think the problem though is in general that I don't think they really wanna be friends, and so I don't think he feels totally comfortable being, like, 100 with him about his feelings because maybe he just
Okay.
doesn't honestly
Doesn't
like
trust.
him.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
realizing this in the moment as I'm sitting on, a bed in an empty bedroom in my family's
Yeah,
home.
but- Guys, we haven't figured out, but I'll tell you what Jesse doesn't have figured out.
I haven't figured out. I don't YouTube, I don't know if you've figured that out yet, but
Anyways, it's like pouring rain at the summer house, and the shrubs are set up to surprise. Like Amanda runs into the house, and it's completely raining. Bailey pops up. Amanda screams. Then Kyle and Mia come in. It's like they scream. They get surprised. Ciara comes out of the car. She like immediately trips on the step in the
She
rain. Like
bit it.
throws her iPad, and then Ciara comes in the door, and she's the only one that goes, "Hey, what's that?" Ciara's like not surprised at all.
Well, it does after you start to stare at it a little bit, it is like, "Oh, that's a person."
Yeah, but if you're not expecting it, you just like look at green shrubbery and you're just like, okay, yeah, that's what it is.
Right, especially it's not their house, like, the owners could have put that new
Yeah.
plant in the room,
They've
but
got
they
new
forgot.
shitty shrubbery at the top of the beginning of the summer house. Anyways, Kyle, or well, like, what did I say? Kyle is
Oh, Kyle's,
sucks.
like, freaking out. No, Kyle's, like,
Oh,
geeking out. He loves this. He's
oh
like,
yeah. Kyle's like, whoa.
these girls are a godsend." He's like, "This is like Night at the Apollo. This is like Queens of Comedy. This is like he's like, "This is the funniest thing that's ever happened." So
Yeah.
and he's, like, geeking out around the corner.
I gotta try to incorporate this in my DJ sets. This is amazing. Wait, did you catch Wes saying happy birthday to Amanda?
Yeah, do you think it was, like, romantic? Because there's
No.
rumors about them.
No, I think but isn't the rumor that it's Wes' friend that
It's
Amanda
Wes'
Batula is hooking
friend,
up with?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I 10 had it too hard and people got mad at me. They're like, "It's Wes' friend." And I was like, "Okay, guys, let me just have my moment where I thought, for a
Oh,
day that they might be."
Kaya Kaya from Bravo We're Black, she texted me. She goes, Whoa, West and Amanda are hooking up?" I go, No, the rumors is like I had to set her straight. Guys, I don't think West would ever like. I think Jesse would do that. I don't think West would ever do that.
Doesn't. Yeah, you're right, he probably wouldn't.
Yeah,
I think I was just, I was feeling a little stressed about West's
it's
behavior.
scary.
The carousel that she posted, guys, just go to Amanda's Instagram, you can find it. There's, like, a carousel where she spent, like, a whole weekend with West and a group of friends. And so it looks from some of the photos like she is with West the whole weekend, like,
But I
as a
will
couple,
say,
but it's
even if
not.
it's, I mean, it's not West, but if it's West's friend, that's still like a little wild. Like, I wonder, like, if Kyle's like, yo, you're hooking my girl up with like your friends.
And that guy the guy was, on last episode, the 2 weeks ago, the date
Yeah,
the
he was
dating.
at the
He was
Australian
there.
dating thing in the city. Yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Damn. Anyways, West stands outside. He goes, "I love when it rains here." And Ben is there with him, and he goes, "This is what life is all about." And Ben goes, "Are you a big storm guy?" I like that Ben is always Ben will like somebody will say something. You're like, "I like movies." So you like movies, do ya? I like that. It's like, no, it's just rain, man. Yeah, but Wes goes, yeah, I'm a big storm guy. And Ben's like, "How you think Jesse and Ciara are doing?" And Wes goes, "If she's mad at you, it's terrifying because they're going to go off and talk, Jesse and West." And we see Jesse pacing. They go upstairs to talk, and Jesse on the way up keeps saying his own name. He's like, "Jesse, Jesse, Jesse."
Yeah,
And then
what was
Ciara's like,
that?
"What's?" I don't know. It was weird. He was like, Jesse. I wonder if he does that during sex.
Oh
Jesse.
my god. You're right,
Sorry,
no,
you
he
guys.
does.
He probably
He
does.
absolutely does that.
This is my new song, Jesse. Um, Sierra's like, "What's going on?" He goes, "I feel bad." And she goes, "About what?" And he goes, "The boys are telling me I said to Wes, 'Would you be upset if I made out with Ciara?'" And Sierra's like, "Yeah, I heard." And he goes, "They said that made you feel a certain type of way, and I feel bad, and like it made you feel that way, and I didn't mean anything by it. Like I felt like we were getting flirty, and I wanted to clear it with Wes and our friendship if that was ever something that I was going to pursue, like how he felt about it." And Sierra's like, "But you didn't mean anything by it." And Jesse pauses and he goes, "I didn't know what my intention was. I didn't know where your head was at." Like he did know what his intention was. He wanted to make out with Ciara at some point.
No, this is the problem. He, like, tries to play, like, dopey, innocent. Whoa, like, he did this shit with Lexi last year, like, he does this routinely. Like, he tries to play, like, the
Oh, do
innocent
you think he'll paint
baby.
Ciara as a villain like he did with Lexi?
I think I don't know if he will, but he could, if his crazy psychosis goes here, be like, "Well, Sierra's the one who's always coming on to me and inviting me in to
Yeah.
come cuddle with her." Like, I hope he doesn't, because I hope he has more respect for her than that, but I could see him doing that, so
But I like that he says, he was the right order of operations was to check with your guy friend if he cares, if he was still hung up. Like, if he was still hung up, I wouldn't think about it, which is already a fallacy because that's how like bros can't read each other because I could even tell from the screen that West had an issue with it.
Yeah, I just think he gets away with everything. He
Yeah.
always gets away with shit, and it's just a problem, and I hope Ciara really clocks him for this down the line in the rest of the season because, like, he's getting away with he's slowly getting away with this, like, bad behavior again.
Yeah. Sierra, do
It bothers
never
me.
let him use your boob as a pillow again like you did last episode.
Never.
Yeah.
She's a little too trusting of these guys that they're gonna take
Yeah, I
care
was
of
like,
her, and
dude,
I wish
they
that
have
she wouldn't.
penises. Yeah, Sierra says, I
Right.
guess it's just weird that you're clearing it with Wes before talking to me. And it made me feel that you think of me as like a sexual conquest and like, now it's your turn. And Jesse's like, that's not how I think about you. And that's like, it would have been a perfect moment for Jesse to bust out into a song. Like, it's not how I think about you. I think about you as my best friend. Like, it would have been great.
Not a sexual
Yeah.
conquest.
Even though you've got a rockin' body, I just wanna be friends. Sierra's like, okay, but like what like that's what I'm hearing. And it made me feel that way that I'm hearing it's a joke, like make out as a joke. Like if you want to hide behind a joke, okay. And Jesse's like, I wasn't making a joke, like if we made out. And Sierra's like, it would be just a joke. And Jesse's like, like, I feel like we have an attraction to each other and we are just friends and I don't know what I'm looking for. And this is where Jesse boned out. Because if Jesse was like, he said that Wes wasn't ready for a relationship last episode, but this episode, if Jesse like when Jesse's confronted with something, it's like, dude, this would have been your moment. Like, I do know what I'm looking for, and I think we'd actually make a really great couple. Like, stand in that truth. But he just
Right.
wanted to make out, just like he was trying to say Wes was like that, but he's like that too.
No, he just wants to hook up, and he is not being honest, like, at all about his feelings. He's trying to just skirt around the truth to make nice with everyone, which that's gonna backfire on you.
And also I mean, and I don't want to like, there is nothing wrong with like just hooking up for hooking up's sake,
No,
but
no,
you've got
no.
to, with like a person that wants to actually do that with you and not use the guise of friendship to get you into that door.
Right, but also, like, the way that hookup relationships work best is when you're just like, "This is cards on the table, about what it is," you know? Like, I
Yeah.
do wanna just hook up with you. And if they're not into that, that's fine, but, like, he's saying he wants certain things that he wants the opposite.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Sierra says, I think we crossed too many lines and their lines are a bit blurred. I love you as a friend, but I'm obviously upset because why is it I can express that I want a boyfriend and I want to be in a relationship and I want to have a friendship with the person I'm with and eventually be married and have kids. And you just picture it as a joke. If you were interested, you would ask him for permission to take me out on a date. If you're asking him for permission for anything, not just to make out, do you see where I'm coming from? And just he's like, I'm sorry. It made you feel like an object. I would never want to have you feel that way. And that's not how I think of you. And then Sierra says in a talking head, which is very clear headed of her, goes, it feels easy to put it all on Jesse. It's 75% me, 25 on Jesse. If I'm being realistic, it's hurtful from Jesse because we have a good relationship and it's like they just want to hook up and they don't want anything serious with me, and like that's the part I just can't get out of my head. So she's admitting that this is something that is a recurring theme, that it's to a breaking point for her and Jesse was the breaking point. And Sierra goes, I just want to be seen in this friendship. That is the main thing I'm fighting for, and that's the end of this episode. So I think Sierra handled herself well. What did you think?
I agree. I thought that this was very evolved adult way to address the situation, and I really think she's having a great season, Sierra.
Yeah. No, I mean, and by the way, no offense to Paige DeSorbo, but I don't think Sierra would have as good of a season with Paige there. And that's not like that, like, but I just think it forces Sierra to even come more outside of that bubble.
Well, if Paige was there, Paige would probably have gotten in the middle of it, which is why we like Paige, right? Because
But they'd
these
probably
are
still be
good
in
TV.
bed. They wouldn't even have this conversation. They'd be in bed the whole time.
They'd be in bed, she'd be crying about it in bed, but then Paige would go, like, chew out Jesse in front of the house,
Yeah.
or at a dinner at Surf Lounge or whatever that place is called, like, they just that's what would happen. I
Yeah.
but she's having to really do her own work for herself in this, which I really like to see her do.
And by the way, it shows that she can communicate better than anybody in that house. She's got real feelings. She's sensitive. We realize why she has a tough exterior sometimes. And it's like it's a great episode for Ciara. Next time, though, Ben has a scene at the dinner table with everybody. He's like, Amanda can walk into a room and brighten it with a smile. And Bailey's like, Ben wants to definitely sleep with you. And everybody's like, zoinks. And Ben is talking to the guys and he's like, to the guys, what the fuck is going on? Don't say I want to fuck one of my mates' misses. And Ben yells at Bailey and goes, you think that was appropriate? And Bailey's like, you guys fucking joke about it all the time. And Ben's like, it's not funny. And then Bailey runs into the bathroom crying. What did you think of this?
So here's the thing, Bailey. I'm a Bailey. I am a Bailey in a
Yeah.
lot of ways. I think I would probably have said the same thing at that table because I say things sometimes is like without thinking, and I'm like, wait, that came across crazy. But like I'm like, I think that I would have said that, but then I would have been like,
By the way, Kyle would have said a joke like that, not about Amanda, but
well, I
about
know
if it was
that's
a
where
guy, it would be different.
well, that's where would defend myself and Bailey would be like, okay, everyone just was thinking this, and I'm just the one saying it. Why am I the one that's like getting in trouble for it? But
Yeah.
I do agree that Amanda, he's seen Amanda naked in that pool at that Italian
Yeah.
wedding when they went skinny dipping. I'm like, of course he wants to. She's hot.
Well, but I mean, like I just think it is funny because if I was Bailey and I said something and then everybody's upset at me and it was my first season, I can only imagine like how freaked out I would feel of like, oh
It would,
fuck, I'm gonna get kicked
yeah.
off the show.
You're right. I didn't think about that, and that's probably why it would be a one season wonder on Summer House.
Yeah, and then we have like the other thing in the trailer says Ben is talking to West and they're talking about Ciara and he's like when I was with Ciara when we were together, it was dreamy. And Ben's like, does she know that, partner? And Wes is like, Wes goes, she knows, but I don't know what else to do. And this is where it's like, Wes is so not used to communicating real feelings that this does seem creepy of like, she knows. Oh yeah, and why is he rewriting history? Like, when that relationship happened, it seemed like I didn't think it was dreamy. Like I thought Wes is on a journey of trying to hook up with people.
He he did like a New York Times expose about the relationship.
I know, and he couldn't communicate. And then see, but like that's what I'm saying. Was it like is there something I didn't know about this relationship where now he's longing for this relationship?
I just, I think that a lot happened off camera with them that we'll never know about it, like her traveling to go meet his family and all that stuff. Like, I do think they really liked each other, and I think fame went a little to Wes's head. He kind of nodded to it in that one reunion, right?
Yeah,
Where he was like, I didn't even realize this many. He said in so many ways, like, I didn't realize girls would be this like rabid in my DMs to like talk to me. It just feels crazy. Like I should maybe not be in a relationship just yet. And
yeah.
I just think, but now he's like looking at it as if they've had this like Nicholas
Right.
Sparks notebook. Like it hasn't been that romantic, West.
It's the Titanic all of a sudden of like never let go, West, never let go. Like but at the same time, I do want to say even if I don't use my rational head, I do love Wes Wilson,
Me
and
too.
I'm totally suckered in by him, and I actually do believe that he genuinely wants good for. I think he might have had player. I don't know. I just don't.
I know what
I
you mean.
think
I think at his core he's good. I think he needs to work through some fuckboy inherited behavior, but I do think at his core he's good. And I do think he would be a very good partner to
yes,
whoever it is that he ends up with.
but I think there is this, and I don't mean a Carl type cringe that I love Carl's cringe, but there is this cringe weirdness with straight dudes, and I include myself, where we're just boneheaded. It doesn't mean we're flat out evil. We can do evil things. I want to believe the best in people, and I want to believe that this is part of growing up. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it in the wrong way, but that's
I,
what I want to believe.
I want to believe that too. But, back to the Titanic thing, so that mean West would be Jack, right? And then Sierra
Yeah.
would be Rose, and then Jesse would be that, like, other guy, right? Like, on the
Jesse
boat.
would be like,
And
"I've
then
got a child. I need one of those boats immediately." And he's like
and
grabbed a
then
child that's not his.
and then Lindsay is the unsinkable Molly Brown. And Carl is the captain of the boat. Carl is the captain of the boat that goes
Oh,
down.
and Carl, but in our version, Carl has a hard hat on as the captain for some reason, and he's just like he goes down. I will go down with this ship. Iceberg right ahead, you guys.
And all of the onesies and wonders are third class people, like, down on the bottom of the of the boat.
and by and the last image is like it's like he like is like freezing on like that like the door that they're hanging on to in the ocean, and then we see Wes like just fall down, but he has one of those like weird scarves on his head like he wears with the fashion, and he's just like never let go, and Sierra's just like anywho.
No, and then wait, and then we'll wrap. And then later, 84 years later, right? Sierra's old and she has one of his scarves and she drops it into the ocean.
Oh
Who
no,
wrote that?
it's one of the inflatable swords from the Renaissance Fair.
She just
Uh,
drops it.
Yeah. And then Jesse Solomon does the Celine Dion song, "Near or far, wherever you are." That'd be great.
Does that make Kyle and Amanda the old couple that dies holding each other in the bed?
No, no, because it would be like that's
No,
how they.
Kyle got off the boat. Kyle got off the
Yeah,
boat. He's like
Kyle's like, I got a DJ gig on shore. I got to get there, babe. Got to get there. Um,
DJing. He's DJing on the boat that picked up the survivors. He's like somehow booked a gig on that boat DJing when all the lifeboats
I've
get
got to
there.
make my money. I put a
Kyle?
lot into. Yeah. Tom Hamlett, ladies and gentlemen, Dumpster Dive. You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, but also subscribe on YouTube. Let's support our dude. He's been so nice to keep coming back, but I do it just, I mean, like, I'm just having such a great time with you, dude. I really appreciate it. How else can we support you?
You can Venmo me at the no, don't Venmo me. Just
Drop the
support the show.
Venmo.
Support the show. Ryan, I love you and I love being here. And guys, I am at my parents' house and there was some Wi-Fi issues in the middle section of this. So I
Yeah.
just want
So
to
sorry,
apologize
guys.
to everyone for that. I do think the back half of this has been pretty crisp and the beginning
Yes.
was great. So there's just a
It,
little
it
clunky
was
in the
crisp. And
middle.
I just want to know because I don't know if you've noticed, Tom, but sometimes listeners can be intense and sometimes they don't like things like that. So I appreciate you for understanding that there was a little bit of a technical difficulty. I do appreciate it. And Tom will have a full Summer House recap as well, plus
Mhm.
tons of other things on Dumpster Dive. So I appreciate it, dude.
Thank you guys and follow me and follow Ryan and support all the shows you love. Do it.